There has been a lot of talk about the idea of PlayStation Plus over the course of the last couple weeks. Is the service getting worse? Are the games getting better? Is it time to unsubscribe? That seems to be a very hot topic that today I want to try and dig into because I must be honest, I'm kind of thinking about either downgrading my tier down to like Essential or kind of giving up on PlayStation Plus, but let me explain why. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, if you could please, just be patient. This video is not coming from a place of hate. I'm not trying to roast Sony. I'm certainly excited for their upcoming games like Spider-Man 2. I'm excited for stuff like Helldivers and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. A lot of stuff that's coming to PlayStation, in my opinion, looks fantastic. I am just so excited for the future of PlayStation, but I'm not thrilled about this all-digital, subscription-based future that certain companies keep trying to attempt. Now, obviously, Xbox is purely focused on Xbox Game Pass. Hey, pay a monthly fee, get access to new games, whereas PlayStation does something a bit different. They do this, where every month you get a couple free games, and there's 3 separate tiers to the service. Essential, which is just basic online. Extra, which are these games here. You get a couple free random games every single month that are pretty half decent. And then Premium, which is the most expensive and gives you access to retro games. Now, these month-to-month games have been incredibly hit and miss. Sometimes they're spectacular, sometimes they kind of suck. Now, this month, a lot of the replies are people saying, finally a good month, because we have had a lot of pretty mixed releases. A lot of times where stuff was not spectacular. And a lot of times people basically are saying, is this worth it? In fact, one of the top replies is this guy saying, okay, these are fun, but is this going to justify that price increase? So just a couple weeks ago, they announced they did a 33% flat across the board price increase. They made everything 33% more expensive, and honestly, this is a pretty big price jump. Going from $100 a year to $134 a year, in my opinion, this is a huge price jump, but a lot of this anger also comes from the fact that the service didn't instantly get better. A lot of times these games, these are good. Sea of Stars was fantastic. But Lost Judgment is great. But the weirdness is that these month-to-month games are a lot of times a give and a take. A lot of times we'll get new stuff that's added to it. Cloudpunk, Tales Noir, West of Dead, Star Ocean, like all these are cool. I actually think a lot of these are spectacular, especially stuff like 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. But each time they're also removing games. This is the weirdness of PlayStation Plus, is that this is an expensive service. It is something where you're kind of paying into it, hoping it's always going to grow and improve. And at this point, especially over the course of this last couple months, it doesn't seem like it is. I find this interesting because, honestly, I originally subscribed to PlayStation Plus Premium as soon as it came out. This is basically where you get access to remastered versions of PS1, PS2, and PSP games alongside your PS4 and PS5 stuff. But I bought into this because I'm a big believer of vote with your wallet, of not just saying you want certain games, but when they show up, you actually buy them, you actually support them, you actually make sure that, hey, I'm trying to fund more retro games appearing on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. I paid for this, and the subscription to this is pretty dang expensive. $18 a month. But, so far, I've actually appreciated it. It's cool to have games like Jak and Daxter and Dark Cloud and even stuff like, all sorts of random weird retro games on there. All those PS1, PS stuff, like Ape Escape. It's cool that this is on there. My issue is that I don't think it's enough for that monthly fee. Right now, a lot of people have sort of been just murmuring about the fact that Game Pass is failing to meet its own goals. It's not really growing. It's not really exploding. And PlayStation Plus has sort of been having that same issue for years and years and years. Look at this. Ever since the launch of the PlayStation 5, they've been hovering between like 45 million and 48 million subscribers. This is still a huge number. Now, this is just general PlayStation Plus subscribers. 30% of them are subscribed to these more expensive tiers. I guarantee you we're going to see a bigger breakdown of this in a financial report. I would bet hard cash that these 8 million users that have moved over to this higher tiered system, I guarantee a lot of these have left the service behind. And it's not that it's terrible. It's not that it sucks. It's not that it's not worth your cash. It's that I think we're in a phase now where a lot of times when it comes to these subscription services, a lot of it is just hope. It's hype for something that you don't know yet. Like, consider it. When you buy a game, especially like a $70 PlayStation 5 game, by the time you purchase it, you've had trailers, possibly some demos, lots of live gameplay being shown. I think my biggest problem with a lot of these freaking subscription services, whether it is Nintendo Switch Online or even this PlayStation Plus Premium, I think my issue is that you really have no idea what you're going to get. Just a couple months of PlayStation Plus Premium costs as much as a full price game. Now, to be fair, PlayStation Plus Extras does have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games on the service. They're constantly adding stuff. I still believe, and I have said this in the past, if you just bought a PlayStation, this service is fantastic. Even if you only play like 1% of the games, the fact that you get access to so many old first-party PlayStation games like Uncharted and Spider-Man and stuff like that, I do think the service is worth it. But I think that PlayStation gamers need to start to think of PlayStation Plus in the way that Xbox gamers think about Game Pass. And what I mean by that is that I definitely know that there are people that will subscribe to Game Pass when that next big game is about to come out. Like, okay, here comes Starfield. I'm hyped for that. Let me sub to the service for 1 month, play the heck out of it, and then unsub till the next game comes out. Like, oh, Redfall's about to release. Oh, the reviews are terrible. Okay, let me not sub this month. I do know a lot of people that do that. And then in between, it is actually cheaper sometimes to just buy the particular games you like, because then you'll also actually own them. That's the weirdest part, is that a lot of these games you don't own. You just have access to them as long as you're subscribed to the service, and at any time they can just get snuffed out of existence. I don't know. The closer we get to this all-digital future, this subscription-based future, I just don't like the idea of games I love, games I'm enjoying, just vanishing. Like, I truly love Deathloop. I gave Deathloop a 10 out of 10 when I reviewed it. The fact that it just was on the service, people were paying, they were playing it, they were loving it, and then it just gets Thanos snapped. Something about this still feels weird. As it currently stands, I have been subscribed to PlayStation Plus off and on, I think, for about 12 years, 15 years. It's been a crazy amount of time, and pretty consistently. Hey, let's not meow, okay? Filming a video. Sorry. New cat. PlayStation Plus Essential is still a decent service. I still think the online connectivity is great. The cloud saves are fantastic, but I guess I have completely lost hope on the idea of PlayStation Plus Premium ever being as good as we kind of imagined. Even though we thought that, hey, there's just hundreds and hundreds of old school games. Like, it's weird the fact that we got Resident Evil 1, the original, on the service, but we're never going to get Resident Evil 2 or 3. We get some random RPGs, but not others. Like, let us play the original versions of, like, Xenogears. Give us Brave Fencer Musashi. Give us old school stuff like, I don't know, Breath of Fire. I don't know. Just, I want more. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that you should leave the service behind, but a lot of people seem to share my discontent. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, though. And please, if you could, give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.